More work has been completed on the bike and pedestrian trail that will become the longest of its kind in the U.S.
A window company has been shut down on allegations of fraud, and fans of flying mammals will get a big treat next month.
The heat and the humidity roll on across East Alabama, but a little bit of relief coming at midweek. We'll have the complete forecast details coming up.
Coming up in sports, the city of Anniston hosted a youth football camp today. We have more on that in just a minute as EAN Local News starts now.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Boxford Lumber. Come visit any of our locations in Oxford, Jacksonville, Talladega, and Roanoke.
Hello, we're glad you could join us. I'm Mike Stedham.
And I'm Katie Edwards.
Workers have been busy this summer preparing for the newest extension to the Chief Ladiga Trail that will run through portions of North and West Anniston. City officials say the contractor doing this grading work, B&B Construction, has spent the past 2 months using a motor grader to the existing railroad bed. The work started at Michael Tucker Park and moved south to 4th Street. A smooth drum roller followed the motor grader, compacting the rail bed. Meanwhile, traffic control devices have been installed to protect the public and work areas throughout the trail. Construction signage will be installed in the cross streets soon, with locations marked and awaiting the installers. Finally, B&B excavated ditches to improve drainage at several locations along the trail route. This work benefits stormwater flow and helps reduce ponding in low areas. Saturated material from those areas was hauled off-site for disposal. Anniston's trail extension will stretch an additional 6.5 miles, bringing the Chief Ladiga Trail's total length to approximately 39.5 miles. The Chief Ladiga Trail will then connect Anniston's multimodal Amtrak station to the state of Georgia's Silver Comet Trail near Cedartown, forming the longest paved pedestrian pathway in the United States.
The Georgia-Alabama Land Trust invites the public to next month's annual Wing Night event at Weaver Cave Preserve, where attendees will have the chance to observe the remarkable resident bats of the area. The event will take place August 9th at 6:30 p.m. at Weaver Cave, which hosts more than 12,000 endangered gray bats in the summer and more than 600 tricolored bats in the winter. The program will begin with a presentation by Vicki Smith, an expert in bat natural history. She will discuss the lives of these nocturnal creatures and bring a live bat for attendees to see up close. At sunset, participants will witness thousands of bats emerging from Weaver Cave for their nightly foray. Registration for Wing Night opens Friday at 12:30 p.m.
When we come back, one community holds a party to raise money for a preservation project.
For over 60 years, Boxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by WM Grocery, located in Heflin, Wadowee, Roanoke, and in Piedmont.
Despite some rainy weather Saturday, current and former residents of the Eastwood neighborhood in Jacksonville gathered at the historic school building for their annual reunion celebration. The school on Gardner Drive was a cornerstone of the city's black community during segregation. Now, the city is working with the Eastwood Preservation Foundation to save the building and convert it into a community center for Jacksonville's South Side. The foundation's plan includes launching a fundraising campaign to address critical repairs, such as replacing the roof and installing new windows and doors. The foundation hopes to raise about $800,000 toward the overall project cost of $2.5 million. Jacksonville City Councilman Terry Wilson tells the Calhoun Journal that the renovation project will proceed in phases as funding becomes available. Former Jacksonville Councilwoman Sandra Sudduth, who helped establish the foundation in 2012, says her group continues to secure grants and build community support for restoration projects, underscoring what she calls the need to preserve this piece of local history.
Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall announced that the Circuit Court of Shelby County has granted his emergency request for a temporary restraining order against Legend Windows LLC and its affiliates, Jody Ray Whitworth, Bobby Ray Whitworth, and Robin Simmons Willard. The Attorney General alleges that the businesses violated Alabama's Deceptive Trade Practices Act by misleading consumers into paying deposits for new windows and doors that were never delivered. Marshall says that Legend Windows and the Whitworths have run this scam for far too long and should be held accountable. He says the defendants have a track record of property theft and have shown no remorse for their fraudulent actions by repeating the scam over and over. The state's complaint cites 42 violations and includes accounts from more than 40 victims across the state. According to the complaint, the defendants owe the victims more than $181,000 in damages. The Attorney General also believes that there may be additional victims throughout Alabama and has established an online survey for those who have not yet been identified. Victims can report their claims on the Attorney General's website.
When we return, a local filmmaker receives regional honors.
Spring into freshness at WM. Celebrate the season with our bountiful selection of farm fresh produce. From juicy berries to crisp greens, taste the flavors of spring at WM. Visit us today and let the freshness bloom in every bite. This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Waldrop Manufacturing, metal buildings made right here in Calhoun County.
Filmmaker Seth Johnson from Jack State's Longleaf Studios won his 5th Emmy last month at the 50th Annual Southeast Emmy Awards. Johnson took top honors in the program promotion category with his trailer for Defending Freedom, the Arthur D. Shores story. Johnson's efforts in crafting trailers were further recognized as his work on Riding Through History, the Barber Collection, also earned accolades in the program promotion category. Although the films themselves were ineligible for documentary historical awards this year, they could be nominated in 2025. The Defending Freedom project is a collaborative effort from Longleaf Studios involving 11 Jack State film, art, and communication students who worked alongside industry professionals. The award-winning trailer for Defending Freedom, the Arthur D. Shores story, can be viewed on Longleaf Studios' YouTube page.
This Saturday, the Ohatchee community will come together to support Dakota Millwood and Brittany Major, who were involved in a car accident earlier this year that left both of them with extensive injuries and their families facing significant hospital stays and expenses. The fundraiser will take place at the Ohatchee baseball fields from 10 a.m. until noon. The event will feature a benefit car show where participants can bring their cars, trucks, Jeeps, and motorcycles to compete for prizes. Entry fee for that car show is $20. Following the car show, Absolution Off-Road will host a benefit trail ride. Participants can join that trail ride for an additional $20 fee.
The Talladega Bluegrass and Fingerstyle Guitar Festival will be August 1st through the 3rd at the Talladega Pit Stop RV Park and Campground. The event features numerous award-winning musicians and singers. The event is the brainchild of local sisters Tracy Curvin Flynn and Dana Curvin Williams as a memorial to their late father and local musician Paul Curvin. Among the performers scheduled for the event are Grammy Award-winning Grand Ole Opry star Rhonda Vincent, Russell Moore, and Third Time Out, the Lonesome River Band, Edgar Loudermilk, Anthony Howell, and Shannon Slaughter. Ticket information is available at TalladagaBluegrass.com.
Well, it's the dog days of summer.
It is.
Every day is kind of warm.
Yeah, and it just keeps going and going. But to be sure about that, let's check in with John Holder, who joins us now in the EAN Weather Center to tell us what we can expect tomorrow. John?
Mike and Katie, the heat and the humidity going to stay with us for another day or so, but we do have some cooler temperatures on the way. We'll talk about a little bit of relief coming up next.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today.
It was a scorcher today across East Alabama, 95 for the high heat index values, around 105 or 106. Another heat advisory being issued today across East Alabama. Temperatures a little bit above the average, even for early July. The morning low this morning, look at that, 77 degrees, way above the average. We were in the 80s most of the night last night, and that will be true again tonight across East Alabama. Record high temperature 100 degrees, the record low only 60. The sun rising tomorrow now at 5:41 with the sun setting tonight at 7:56. It's time for weather on your street for a Monday night on Woodcrest Drive out in Choccolocca. As you head out Avalon Drive and those areas out there, it is going to be very warm. We're going to be in the 80s for most of the night again tonight. The low only 75. There is a chance for a pop-up shower early this evening up until about 7 or 8 o'clock. Not much happening with that, though. Most folks are going to remain rain-free. The big story is going to be the temperatures. Very, very warm, if not hot, overnight tonight out in Choccolocca and all across East Alabama. Coming up tomorrow, this is part of the relief we're talking about. Numerous showers and thunderstorms on Bellevue Drive, up on Lookout Mountain in Gadsden by the Falls. 93 for the high tomorrow. Away from those storms, it's going to feel just like it has been the last couple of days. Very hot, very humid, and dangerous heat index values across East Alabama. But the chance of rain tomorrow is going to be about 70%. So a lot of folks are going to see some relief, much like we had on Saturday across East Alabama. As we look ahead to the rest of the work week, a couple of things will stand out to you on Haynes Street down in Talladega. First thing is in Talladega, we're going to dry out this week. Rain chances are going to drop off. That's actually good because even though temperatures are going to be in the 90s, we're going to have a couple of days where we may stay in the mid to upper 80s across East Alabama. So yeah, we're drying out, but humidity and dew point values are going to drop, and the air temperature is actually going to drop a few degrees later on this week. Let's look at specific numbers now in our 7-day forecast. You see that 70% chance of a shower coming up tomorrow, only about a 1 in 3 chance of a shower Wednesday. And we may see, looking at some of the latest computer model data, temperatures staying in the 80s all day on Wednesday. We will certainly take that. We'll squeeze in a dry day on Thursday, low humidity and dew point values, so that 91 is not going to feel as hot as it has been the last couple of days. And then we jump right back into our regular pattern again by Friday, a small rain chance. By the weekend, rain chances again only about 20%, but those temperatures rising back into the mid to upper 90s all across East Alabama. We mentioned the big story for the short-term forecast is the temperatures in the nighttime hours. They have been incredible. You're sitting there at 8 or 9 or 10 o'clock at night and temperatures are still in the 80s. That's the way it's been. That's the way it's going to be tonight. These are the lows tonight. Look at here, 75 in Gadsden, 76 in Anniston tonight. Some folks will be in the upper 70s. Keep in mind, this will not be until right before sunrise in the morning. So most of the night tonight, we're going to be in the 80s. Most of the evening hours, we're going to be in the mid 80s all across East Alabama. Look at those temperatures. Pretty incredible even for June and July and August in Alabama. We typically see 70s at night. But we don't see temperatures very often when we're in the mid 70s for nighttime lows. That's what we've got for at least one more night all across East Alabama. I'll be back here tomorrow morning, bright and early, 6 a.m. We'll break down your forecast for your Tuesday with your day at a glance. And then I'll be back here tomorrow evening for EAN Local News as we'll detail the forecast for all of East Alabama coming up as we'll head into tomorrow night. Now, it is sports time. And if you think football season is a long way away, you might be shocked at just how close it is. It's coming quick. And Namath Pitt's got some football news for you. Some local youth football going on right here in Anniston. Namath?
Thanks, John. The City of Anniston hosted a youth football camp today for Anniston City School athletes. The turnout exceeded expectations today in Fort McClellan at the Anniston Youth Sports Complex, where the City of Anniston hosted the Anniston Youth Football Camp. The camp was available for Anniston youth football players, but only if the student attended Anniston City Schools. The camp was free to all athletes. Local PARD middle school coaches, along with Anniston High School football players, helped assist in leading the camp. We talked with Assistant Athletic Director for the City of Anniston, Trevecchio Roberts, who talked about how the Anniston Youth Football Camp came about.
The camp pretty much came about when basically like a couple months ago when I just figured like we wanted to do a youth football camp for the kids that's in the community. Basically, we wanted to pretty much bring all our staff, our park and rec guys, our middle school, our high school guys to come out here, do drills and skills with the guys that, play football. It didn't matter, what school you went to. We just wanted the kids in the community, and around the area to pretty much come out and, get some knowledge of the game and football, learn some different types of drills and things of that nature.
Trevecchio and I both mentioned it, but PARD coaches, middle school coaches, and Anniston High School football players helped lead the way today at the Anniston Youth Sports Complex. Trevecchio Roberts talked more about the coaches, the instructors, and the players that helped lead the camp.
Basically the ones that's helping me out today are pretty much our middle school, high school coaches, and a few of our PARD coaches. I also have, Anniston High School offense and defensive line here. Pretty much they handing out water, being assistant to the coaches and doing everything of that nature. Pretty much all the coaches are, like I said, high school, middle school, PARD guys. Right now, my lead guy is Stephen Graham. He pretty much been carrying the ropes for me with the whole camp. He been doing a great job with the kids, teaching the kids, helping the kids learn different things that they didn't know.
The camp certainly exceeded expectations. There were at least over 50 plus athletes that showed up for day one of the camp. Coaches worked with linemen, running backs, wide receivers, and quarterbacks. Trevecchio Roberts talked more about the turnout from the Anniston youth football players.
The turnout is it's more than I really kind of expected. We got a lot of middle school, middle school guys here. We got some park and rec guys, but the turnout is really tremendous. We got a lot of our Anniston middle school guys here that's going through the drills, getting some work in. We pretty much, talked to Coach Allen over at the middle school, kind of use this as a workout. So basically the guys came in, get some work in. The younger ones are getting, a lot of knowledge in. We actually have our C-team coach, Aaron Campbell here. He's pretty much doing a lot with the younger kids that, teaching them different types of drills and stuff.
The camp continues tomorrow afternoon at 5:30 p.m. in Fort McClellan at the Anniston Youth Sports Complex. Trevecchio Roberts talked about the differences from day one to day two, if any. Here's Trevecchio talking about what tomorrow's session will look like.
Tomorrow afternoon session is pretty much the same thing as today. It'll be much cooler tomorrow afternoon. We'll start around 5:30, and pretty much we picking it back off what we did today. We're going through some more different drills, and then we're split up against offense and defense. So we're going through pretty much the same thing, but a different type of structure tomorrow.
Thank you to Tyler, our intern, for helping get today's story. That's it for EAN Local Sports. Let's go back over to Mike and Katie.
Thanks for that update, Namath, and thank you for watching us today. You can find us every weeknight on Facebook and YouTube and on a variety of sites, including our website, the Calhoun Journal, and Newsbreak.
That's right. Just go to the platform of your choice. You can watch our news, sports, and weather coverage whenever it's convenient for you. We'll see you back here Tuesday for your news on your schedule.